I'm sure you would want to know how I made this yummy akara, popularly called bean cake. So sit back and enjoy the video. Please thumbs up also. Hello sweethearts, it's your girl here again. You're welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'll just be showing you how to make akara, popularly called bean cake. Alright, so this is one of our staple meals here in Nigeria or Africa as a whole. Alright, the ingredients we'll be using would use the onions, would use the long red pepper. I always forget what it's called. We use the little pepper, that's the habanero pepper. We have the oil, salt, and of course the beans. Then that's the blender. So at this point I'd already washed the beans and all. It didn't take much time. I did not have to use the fruit processor to remove the back and all that. So I'm just going to be adding the pepper, the onion, and I'm using two different types of pepper here, habanero pepper and the long pepper. So I soaked the beans for a while so as to help it blend quickly instead of having to wait. So at this point I will just add little water. For akara you don't have to add a lot of water so it doesn't get too watery. So you add a little, just not too much, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't add water at all, but it shouldn't be like you're making more. Alright, so I will just go right into blending it. Yeah, that's where the limit of the water is. But as you progress, if you notice that it's still not okay, like your blender is getting stuck or your food processor is getting stuck, then by all means add more little water. Before I say more now. Alright, so at this point I was just blending it together. Alright, so right here I'm done. Okay, so at this point, if you have mortar or hand mixer, you just use it to incorporate air into your bean cake. Alright, so I do not have that, so I'll be using this wooden stick. I think it's called spatula or tongari. I can't really, but I call it tongari since I don't have the mortar and the pestle. So this diced onion and pepper is just for aesthetic. That's me. I just really love to be creative when I'm in the kitchen. So you can skip this particular part. So you add your salt to taste, alright, because that's only what you're adding, but you shouldn't add so much so it doesn't get too salty. So I will still keep stirring and stirring to still incorporate air. When there is proper air in the bean cake, it's when you want to fry it doesn't sink down and pack all the oil. That's why I really do not like this, because I noticed that most of the ones I eat is always filled with oil. So I had to learn that this is one of the tricks that help it not to sink into the bottom of the pan you're using to fry and take a lot of oil into it. So I would just keep stirring and stirring, but if I had mortar or hand mixer it would have been easy. I'll just do it for a while. So you test for salt, be sure that it's up to your taste, and keep stirring and stirring till you get your exact consistency. Alright, so I heated my oil on fire, added a bit of onion so as to check if the oil is hot. Like, I'm not using gas that I can reduce or increase. Okay, I'm using an electric cooker, so I sometimes would have to turn it off from the switch. So that's the spoon I'll be using, just so I can get the shape. But this is not the proper spoon, but I'm just making do with what I have. So I just scoop it in. This first one I was really doing a tiny shape, you get. So when you're in the kitchen, you experiment. You might want to do this particular thing. When you get here, you will learn that okay, let me do something else. So that's just how it is. I did not really want to do tiny sizes, but when I got here I had to. But either ways I'll still make much bigger sizes too, but I just want to show you that you can actually make these sizes. Alright, so as you can see, the bean cake is not going to the bottom. They are kind of floating because of the air, even if I couldn't do so much because I did not have the mortar and the pestle. So at this point you would just check if they are, getting brownish, or, and then you flip it to the other side so the other side also gets fried. Nothing serious, nothing much, but make sure you check your heat so it doesn't get fried and it gets brown and it's not really properly cooked inside, if you know what I mean. So you can see how it looks. It's not sinking down and it did not take much oil, honestly. So at this point I had this serviette just so it will drain out the excess oil, and I started removing the akara from the fire. Please pardon the fact that my pot is turning. I actually have a fry pan, but I did not really want to use it because my fry pan is quite wide and it will take a lot of oil. So I just said, okay, let me use this my mini stainless steel. So you can see how it looks like. So this batch is me trying to fry bigger sizes, you get. Yeah, so I kept turning off the cooker and turning it on so the oil doesn't get too hot, since there is no switch to turn low the heat or turn high the heat, either way. So you would flip it to the other side when you notice that it's getting cooked and it's brown so it did not burn. Alright, so at this point I was almost done because it was just little I did, not so little though, but I didn't really do so much, you get. So look at how beautiful the akara looks like. It was really inviting, really inviting. Like my compound was literally so I don't even know how to explain it, because like we had people that came over to weed the compound for us, and they were like, what are you cooking? Everywhere is scenting so well. And I was like, akara. So I was glad that this akara was just embarrassing me. It was just falling into the pan, but because I was using one hand to hold the plate, so there was no way I could firmly grasp it. So but at last I prevailed over it. So these are like the bigger sizes of the akara this time around. The akara was really yummy, like really yummy. It really came out nice, and one of the reasons I loved it so much was the color. Like I really love when my akara is reddish, not necessarily this white, and it was really fluffy. Like it was really fluffy. So at this point my bean cake was ready. So the bigger sizes, the little sizes, the average sizes, and you can see, I don't know if my camera focused, you can see that it's really reddish and fluffy, like very soft and all that. So I had it with custard, and that was it. So at this point, please subscribe to my channel, please give this video a thumbs up, and when you try it, let me know how the outcome was. Okay, so you can have it with bread, you can have it with pap. Thank you for stopping by. See you in my next video.